Okay, so I've been making quite a few vegetarian recipes over the past couple of days, and I've been left with loads of spare veg that I need to use up. So instead of letting it go to waste, the best thing you can do with it is to make a vegetable soup. So I'm going to be using some leek, celery, cabbage, parsnip, carrots, garlic, potatoes and onions. What's also great is you can freeze it, so as I said, it won't go to waste and you can reheat it whenever you want. Plus, it's really easy to do. So here's how. With most things, we're going to start off with your onion and garlic. So we're going to finely chop that and then stick it in the pan. So that's all the onion done. So we're then going to get 1 or 2 cloves of garlic to throw in there as well. And for that, you just want to chop the ends off, bash it with a knife, skin off, and then just finely chop that as well. You then need to get a large saucepan and stick it on the hob and then put a bit of oil in. And then once that's heated up, we can throw the onions and garlic in. And you want to fry these off for about 5 minutes until the onions start to go a bit clearer. So whilst that's frying, I'm just going to prepare some of the other veg. Now you'll want to cut everything into a similar size. That way you know it's all going to kind of cook at the same rate. So I'm going to use these potatoes as a guide to start with. They seem ideal, but any more we'll just cut into a similar size. Okay, so I've just checked the onions there and they're done, but because we're still chopping the veg, I'm just going to turn that off and leave it, and then we can throw everything in and start frying that up again when it's ready. Okay, so that is all of the veg that I'm going to use in this soup, so I'm going to stick the heat back on there until we hear the onions just sizzling up again there. Okay, so that sounds good. So I'm just going to quite literally just grab everything and throw it in the pan. So that's your parsnips, your carrots, your potatoes, leeks and cabbage. And celery. Right, now I've also prepared a litre of stock. Now, vegetable stock is obviously perfect for this, but chicken stock also works quite well if you can't get your hands on the vegetable one. And what you need to do is you need to pour this in and you need to fill it so it only just about covers the ingredients. And if you find with the litre it's not quite enough, just get yourself some water and then just top it up as well. And then you need to bring this to a simmering point and then come back and check it in about 10 minutes to check where everything's cooking. Okay, so this has been simmering for about 15 minutes now. I would say 10, but there's quite a lot in there, so it would have taken a bit longer to do. I've just checked with a knife as well, and it's easy enough to cut through, so that's how we know the veg is done. Now, some people like their soup runny, some people like it chunky, some people like it smoother than others, so best way to get around that and have it how you like it is to get a blender and then just take out, depends, if you want all of your soup to be really, really smooth, then you want to take out all of the ingredients and put it in a blender, like so, and then just put some stock in as well. It's actually an idea to leave as much of the stock in the pan as you can, and that will make it easier then to make it as thick or runny as you want later. So we'll just blitz that up here. Okay, and that's pretty much how much I'd like that blended there. So I'll leave that in there just for a minute whilst I do the rest. Right, and that's perfect. So the reason I've separated the veg out from the stock is that way you can now kind of have it as thick or as smooth as you want, simply by getting your pan of stock and then just gradually adding it back to your blended veg. And as you can see, that's made it more runny there. And this is how I like my soup, nice and thick as you can see. And then that's ready to serve, and vegetable soup goes great with really chunky, crusty, rye bread.